We begin with a Fox alert. An attempted murder suspect leading the CHP on a dangerous chase across 3 counties, bashing into cars stuck in rush hour traffic, then losing control of his car and smashing into freeway dividers before coming to a stop.
And that began a standoff with police that has backed up traffic on 3 different freeways. Alaska's live in Corona, where the standoff ended just moments ago. Ed.
Standoff ends, but the nightmare concerning all the traffic far from ending. Quick look with Olin. This is Green River Road here as it stretches across. They are moving traffic off the 71 as it comes down, bringing them back on the 91. That lady out there in the orange waving, people saying, come on, let's go. The freeway's closed. Some folks are yelling, like this woman here saying, I'm out of gas. I can't get in. And the lady saying, you got to turn right. There's no choice. It's closed, still closed. Back on the east side. Okay, let's get you right into what's been going on here. Up the Skyfox we go. A view there of, in the darkness, a black Mercedes, the target of this chase and of the standoff the last couple of hours. Within the last few minutes, SWAT with their armored vehicles, their Bearcats surrounded the vehicle, shot tear gas into the back of that black Mercedes. They sent the dog in. Yeah, the K9 went in. Suspect now, who was wanted for attempted murder, he is in cuffs, dealing with some tear gas situations, burning eyes, also some dog bites. The K9 did its job, shutting this down and finally ending off this pursuit. Now to the video we go. Talk about how it began. Started around 6:30. Look at the video. Still light outside. Chase starts in the Compton area. Relatively slow speeds, no traffic issues, so they're going to let it play out, the police are, as the suspect is following all the rules. And then about a half hour or so into this, it goes south and fast. Suspect on the 91 heading east hits rush hour traffic, a wall of cars. He's not going to wait there over in the Anaheim Hills area, so he starts weaving in and out of cars. At one point here, he's going to turn left and start going completely perpendicular, crossway through traffic, pushing his way, bullying his way through all that traffic. Watch him, sideswipes some cars, brushes up, pushes others right out of the way. Desperate just to get away from the cops. Suspect eventually crushes through those cars, gets into the fast track lanes there. Heavy traffic there, and you're going to see one of these drivers, an innocent driver just going by. He almost pits that suspect in his black Mercedes by accident, misses him, but the Mercedes and the suspect keep running. Pick up speeds, higher speeds, faster speeds. Then police finally get the spike strips out. We're thinking this is just past the 241 area, again east on that 91. 2 front tires get blown out. The car starts weaving. Suspect no control. This black Mercedes is now out of control, slams up against that freeway, retaining wall, sparks, a shower of sparks, the engine sparking all over the place, starts to freeze up, no more power, so the car drifts off to the far right side there on the 91. It comes to a stop right there, and that's where it ends. Just talking about the, I would think it's the Green River exit here, just off the East 91. And it ends there because for the next almost 2 hours, the freeways are closed and the standoff continues. More video now will show you the end of that standoff, again in the darkness, all the lights off to protect law enforcement down there. They bring in the heavy vehicles, those Bearcats, armored vehicles, bulletproof vehicles, surround that black Mercedes. No movement inside. They can't tell because the windows are frosted, so they use a device to punch out that back window. They see the suspect in there. He's still alive. He's still moving around, so they hit it with tear gas, send in the dog, and now the suspect in cuffs. He is in custody, and this situation, the standoff finally ends about 3 hours after the standoff and the chase begins. More video now. The other part of this story, miserable part for thousands and thousands of folks coming home, especially, as you know, the 91 East is a big corridor for folks coming out of the OC up on the 55, hit the 91 and drive it into the IE. Thousands and thousands of cars stuck in their place for hours here, a sea of headlights. Some points through this, they were actually turning around if they were stuck on the westbound lanes. The westbound lanes, you know, where the 71 comes down and hits the 91 in that area. They were actually making U-turns and trying to get back to the nearest off-ramp to get off the freeway, going the wrong way on the freeway, if you will, just to get off those westbound lanes. The poor folks on the eastbound side, especially there through that canyon, the Santa Ana Canyon, as they call it through here, where the 241 comes in, there's no exit, so you were stuck there. So these folks, many of them just turned off their lights, turned off their engines, and had to wait maybe 2.5 hours as all of this plays out. Finally it does, as we come back out live now again here on Green River Road. The rain's starting to come down and a sea of headlights here as these folks slowly make their way back onto the 91 East. They continue to tell them keep moving. They want to keep traffic going through here. At this point, no, we can tell you suspect is in custody. No one else hurt. CHP, you might hear the sirens going by here. They're desperately trying to get this situation open so they can reopen this freeway, particularly guys, the westbound traffic, because the possibility now of any gunfire or cross shots isn't a factor anymore. So they want to open those westbound lanes as soon as they possibly can. For now, we're live here in Corona. Back to West LA we go.
Ed, thank you. Great report, and reporting coming in from our viewers. We're actually getting viewers photos. They were stuck in traffic, so they sent these to our Facebook page. Imagine looking at these, Christine, at officers with drawn weapons through the front of your windshield.
Interesting how the photo you showed before had a little bit of light to it, to the sky. This one very dark at night, as Ed was saying. 2.5 hours for some of these people stuck in traffic.
And there you see one other. This is as it's getting darker and more frustrating. And people take these pictures because it is an endless view of traffic. And as Ed mentioned, people without gas, no way out, even when they get they're allowed to move.
It's why I often say never drive in LA without a quarter to a half a tank of gas.
Thank you all for sending those pictures into our Facebook page.